And to our series, Ruto at 3. When President William Ruto took oath of office, he pledged to turn around Kenya's economy, with agriculture at the very heart of that promise. Now, 3 years on, the Kenya Kwanza administration, now broadened into a wider coalition, has rolled out policies and subsidies meant to ease the cost of production, guarantee food security, and uplift farmers. But have these efforts really delivered? Tonight, our reporter Masharia Mbogwa takes you to the country's food basket in the Rift Valley and across Western Kenya, where farmers weigh in on the wins, the setbacks, and what it all means for their livelihoods and the nation's economy.
Agriculture was central to President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza economic agenda, with promises to provide affordable production, food security and prosperity for farmers. 3 years later, the reality of these promises is playing out in the fields, especially in Uasin Gishu, Kenya's grain basket, where large-scale wheat and maize farming dominates the landscape. One of those farmers is Ruth Kemboi Maraba, a large-scale farmer in Moiben, who reflects on the government's agricultural pledges.
And today we are very happy to tell you that we have enough food for this country. Though we have been having so many challenges because of the subsidy, because of the good seeds, because this year, though we have a lot of problems with the climate change, but we believe we are going to get enough harvest.
In 2022, the government launched the National Fertilizer Subsidy Program to reduce the cost of farming. A bag of fertilizer that cost 6,500 shillings was slashed to 3,500 shillings and later to 2,500 shillings. Farmers received it through the National Cereals and Produce Board. However, in 2024, the subsidy program was hit by a scandal involving fake fertilizers, causing huge losses for farmers. Some received products that were little more than sand and soil.
When we found out that this mbolea is not the best, I took mine to KBS, Kenya Bureau of Standards, and the results were nil nutrients. So you can imagine the effect that, well, it really affected me because I was not able to plant.
The government acted quickly, ordering compensation and suspending several officials. As of 2025, efforts to restore credibility included tighter quality checks, e-vouchers and promises of better oversight. But delays in fertilizer distribution continued.
The government should provide fertilizer cereals board as early as December every year, so that when farmers finish harvesting and all that, they sell their products and go direct to cereal to purchase the same mbolea. But you know, you sell your product and you're waiting, this mbolea itafika up when? Na inafika mwezi wa tano when they want to plant. Hiyo pesa itakuwa imebaki kweli.
Despite the challenges, many farmers argue that the cost of production remains high due to expensive machinery, agrochemicals and other inputs.
Kulima shamba imekuwa very expensive. Eka moja shilingi 4,000, piga haro ndio hiyo 3,000, fanya upanzi yenyewe ni shilingi 3,000 ingine. Alafu sasa dawa zile zinaitwa agrochemicals, the most expensive. Tenesa eka moja pengine utachume up to the tune of maybe 20,000 ama 30. Ile bei ambayo tunapata ina kill morale kwa mkulima.
Farmers like Ruth believe that to reduce food prices, the government should also subsidize fuel and mechanical costs.
And if it is possible, if there's anything for the farmer, let everything be subsidized so that we can reduce the price and it becomes a win-win situation for all of us. But for now, the price will still be high because the fertilizer and the maize seed were the only things which are subsidized.
Despite the hurdles, there is growing optimism for a bumper harvest this year, with farmers expecting yields of up to 28 bags of wheat per acre, an improvement from previous years.
We used to get 15 bags of wheat per acre. The previous year we got something like 20, 25, And this year, I believe our farmers are going to stand between 25 to 28 per acre, which shows there's a lot of improvement.
But there is a looming concern over market prices and the impact of imported cereals.
Mambo ya bei kuvuna ngano ile ya Mombasa inasuka. Inakuja haribu bei. Nikiwa store saa hii vile mnaona. Niko na ngano ya last year. Ilikosa soko. Mpaka saa hii hatujaona soko iko wapi. And it is not only Uasin Gishu. Go to Nakuru, you will hear the same farmers cry. Go to everywhere in Kenya, Narok, mahali wakulima wako wanalia. And the same thing applies to maize.
If the government na institutions zake za serikali kama Cereals Board wakubali waweke price ya 5,000 na kwenda mbele kidogo, wakulima wata make ends meet.
Anytime we have a good harvest like this, marketing becomes a problem. We start selling our products at a throwaway price. If it is possible, let's get a good market, because we have been having a lot of losses. Post-harvest losses have been so rampant.
In Western Kenya's Busia County, sugarcane farming is essential for livelihoods. After years of struggles, the government has made strides to revive the sugar industry, offering hope to farmers.
Kwa miaka mitatu iliyopita, tangu serikali hii ianze, angalau ninaona kwamba biashara hii ya kilimo cha miwa inaendelea kunawiri kiasi ambapo wakulima wa miwa wanaanza kuvutiwa na hiki kilimo cha miwa.
In 2023, the government cleared 117 billion shillings in debt for state-owned sugar mills. The Sugar Bill of 2022, signed into law in 2024, re-established the Kenya Sugar Board to regulate prices and resolve disputes. Farmers also benefited from bonus payments and higher cane prices. But
bei ya miwa haijaturidhisha sisi wakulima, kusema tu ukweli, kwa sababu tuko na mambo mengi ambayo tunafanya kwa mashamba yetu, na pia gharama ni mingi. Kuzalisha eka moja ya miwa inakugharimu karibu 1,140.
The government should endeavor to stabilize pricing. The government should endeavor to ensure fair competition. This issue of sugar barons, importing and dumping sugar in our country, to the disadvantage of the farmer.
farmers also point out issues with quality of subsidized fertilizer, which they argue is not suited for sugarcane.
Mbolea hii sio ya miwa. Haina yale madini ambayo yanasaidia miwa kukua, na wakati mwingi tunaona kwamba miwa haina uzito, na tukikaa na wakulima wenzetu wanasema kwamba hii mbolea inatakana iwe improved.
The most pressing concern, however, is the government's proposed shift in payment policy from payment per ton to payment based on sucrose content. This could lead to farmers being paid less than expected if their sugar content is deemed insufficient.
We are now talking of quality cane. Then even me as a farmer will benefit. But the thing is, who will be left to measure? How will I know mine was lower, yours was higher? So it is something that people need to be empowered.
Farmers believe that more comprehensive implementation of policies, especially regarding subsidies and market access, is needed to stabilize prices and increase earnings. Farmers point out the 2003 Maputo Declaration, where African leaders pledged at least 10% of national budgets to agriculture. Although this target has not yet been met, Kenyan farmers believe that honoring these commitments is essential for their livelihoods and for ensuring the country's food security. Macharia Mboua, NTV.